Um, let's see what else. Oh,
Limb target system.
yes, yes.
Limb target system. I personally am really enthused about this. This year you can actually target a body part and work that limb to create, side effects on your opponent. Like if you damage the head to critical, and of course we've had this in the game before, the limb, our limb system. But what this does is that it basically takes away any sort of memorization that you need. We have buttons designated for head attacks, arm attacks, and leg attacks. So there's never a guess of what move you're going to pull off to attack that leg or attack that arm. We're basically letting you know that, hey, if you hold RB and you press A, you're going to attack the legs. So we've got them mapped out almost like the body part, where the Y is the head, X and B are the arms, A is the leg. And you'll be able to do these in chain holds, against standing groggy opponents and against opponents on the ground. So I think for all those submission guys, I think it's who loves submissions. I mean, it's great because you can use, if you're Alberto Del Rio, although a lot of his moves in his moveset target the arms anyway, you can work that arm, clamp on his cross arm breaker. And,
Amazing.
Yeah.
Tell us about the effects that it does. So for the head, it makes the droggy easier.
Yeah. When you target, if you critically damage the head, what it does is it makes it easier for you to get them into that standing groggy state, so you can do your strong grapples on them. And it's essentially any strike or any attack or reversal animation that will cause damage to the head. Instead of having to do like a combo or anything like that, it'll make it easier for you to get them in that state. If you target the legs, we've had in the game before. If you target the legs, you can impair someone's running ability. The chest, if you get the chest critically damaged. In last year's game, we had where you could do a gut kick and then immediately go into a strong grapple. You can't do that from the outset anymore. The guy's got to be critically damaged in the midsection, and once that happened, which is denoted by them selling. Yeah. If you do that gut kick and then grapple him, you'll be able to immediately feed into one of your strong grapples. So hopefully it just makes the pacing of the matches a little more realistic than how we did last year.
How many moves per superstar do they have?
Same amount of slots as we did last year. We're making some additions to a couple areas. We'll be adding a second running strike. I think we only had one in last year. Top rope groggy grapples, like superplexes, we're adding one more, so everybody will be able to do two. And I think that's it. And then we didn't take any move slots away. We've added a couple, and then when you add in the limb targeting moves, the superstars have gained a lot more moves than what they had in last year's game.
Now, how many moves are new this year?
I don't have a firm count, and I don't want to lie to anybody. I'll just say, maybe approximately 50, 60. And I'm trying to keep it, on the low end. I could be wrong, but it's at least that many. And for all those guys who are, of course, I know especially this website, Fan of Moves, didn't remove any moves this year, just added. Okay. So, no worries about that. We're just adding this year. I know, the removal of the moves last year was a topic of sore.
Yeah, ouch. That's when they found it was on the desk.
Yeah.
Were any of those moves brought back, or were they?
No. Those moves were removed for a reason. And, you guys can hate me or whatever, but it's not. We didn't do it just to do it. We did it because, we have to. It's our job to make sure we're giving players a visually compelling product. And, a lot of those moves were from, the PS2, PS1, and they just weren't going to be compatible with what we were doing as far as our technology moving forward. So, I'm sorry if I piss anybody off, but it was, I'm thinking long term, about the franchise and where we're moving. And right now, like I said, because of what we did last year of expelling all those moves, a lot of them we brought back, and they look better than ever. Half Nelson suplexes and all kind of cool stuff that we brought back this year. So, for all those guys who were pissed off, offended about last year, I'm sorry. It's never our intent, but you'll be more than happy to know that no moves removed, only added for this year's game.
How about the interactive hotspots around the ring? Is that making a return?
You're talking about like the head bashing and all that kind of stuff. It's a good question. Most of them are gone, with the exception. There's a couple that have stuck around, but yeah, it just goes to the fact that we're trying to, in our push to focus on the core gameplay mechanic. We looked at everything that we've offered in the game, and we basically did an audit and said, okay, what do we have what do we want to keep, what is extraneous and isn't adding a lot of bang for its buck. So a lot of those were removed, not all of them, but some of them were. Ultimate control grapples are gone. So we're just going to do a lot of cleanup and just kind of tighten everything up so that we can give greater attention to everything that we have in the game. And then at the same time, we're just trying to, really hammer home the fact that this is a new game. It's related to SmackDown versus Raw, but this isn't SmackDown versus Raw. We're trying to give people, a new experience than what they've played the past, 4 or 5 years.
Finally, what is the one thing that you're most excited about this year's game? Or it could be several things that you're excited about.
I'm excited about a lot of things. I really am. I think I'm excited. I love the addition of the limb targeting system. That's something I've wanted for a lot of years. I love our new control scheme. I think the game feels good. I loved it on the analog stick. I did. I thought it played very well, and it took me a while to really kind of come around to this new control scheme. But I have, and it works, and it's fun, and I love the comebacks, and the game itself. Personally, I really do think that we're taking the right approach, and it's probably an approach we should have taken a long time ago. But it's like we're doing it now, where gameplay is the emphasis. Gameplay, everything revolves around that. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited for the end result. There's still bugs we're trying to squash to get the raid out and get rid of a lot of these bugs that are still in there. But I'm really just looking forward to the game's release and seeing your guys' reaction, you and all the people watching this, because we're doing this for you guys. Mm-hmm. You and everybody else who plucks down the $60 in a recession, although we're coming out of a recession. But your dollars are precious, and when you guys spend that money on our games, we want to give you your money's worth. So that's what we're trying to do this year.
Finally, is Zack Ryder in the game?
I can neither confirm nor deny. I'll just let you know that I am a huge fan of Ryder. I'm part of the Zack pack. Okay. I can't spike my hair. I'm rocking the shaved dude. You can't either, actually. Yeah, so we're in the same boat. Yeah. But no, I'm definitely the Zack pack.
Can you take care and spike your hair and create a superstar?
You certainly can.
Okay, there you go.
Hell yeah. Oh, I was about to say something. I was going to get myself in trouble. But yeah, I can't confirm or deny that. Big fan of Zack Ryder.
All right. When's the game coming out?
The game will be out November 22nd, a little later this year, which is good. Hopefully, give us some more time to, like I said, really make sure we deliver that polished gem that we, so desperately want to do each and every year.
You get more time. You got what you asked for.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody from the PMs, product managers to the top level, guys here at THQ, everybody's on board of making sure that this year's game, no excuses. Gameplay is king. Mm-hmm. And no warps, no bugs. Well, I can't say no bugs. No game doesn't have any bugs. But we want to, as bug free as we can get it. And that's no lie. That's our goal this year.
Bryan.
That's our goal every year, but.
Bryan, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man. It's always a pleasure to talk to you and everybody at the gaming ring. And thanks for coming out, man. And
definitely.
I'm sure we'll talk again at E3.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, take care, you guys.
Later, everyone.